Okay, so this is the third of your fourth video, and this is all about tonight's class. So here's a schedule of the class. So I put 20 to 25 minutes preparing for class. That basically means it gives you some time to set up your workspace, watch the videos, re-watch them. That's another reason why I made shorter ones, so you could re-watch them if you needed to make sure that you know everything that's being asked of you. And then I put about 20 to 35 minutes for the first activity, which I'll be talking about in a moment. 25 to 30 minutes for you to create or revise your logo. So if you're thinking to yourself, wait, I need way more time than that. Working under constraints, so a constraint might be you only have so much time, or you only have so much money, or you only have so many people to help you. Working under constraints is actually a really good thing, and it's a practice that many entrepreneurs have to go through. So that's why I put a time limit. And then 10 to 15 minutes, you're going to be giving some feedback on Schoology. All of these things I will be addressing momentarily. And then finally, I'm giving 10 to 15 minutes to review the homework, and that's going to be the fourth and final video. So the first activity has you focusing on solving a problem. So just a quick recap, just a reminder that your brand is derived from who you are, who you want to be, and who people perceive you to be. And homework that was due for today was around your interests and causes you care about and potential ideas for your enterprise. I had you run through an exercise which would help you develop these things. So what you want to do during this activity is I want you to recreate this Venn diagram. So grab a piece of paper. You're going to draw two circles. They don't have to be perfect circles. You could do this on the computer if you wanted. You could just grab a clean sheet of paper, lined or unlined. You want to put all your interests and passions on one side. And again, you're just using your notes from homework. Put all the causes that you care about here, and then the ideas that you have for your business here. So for instance, some of the causes that you care about, some of you would put, you want to help the homeless, you care about climate change, you want to do something to address drug addiction, maybe mental health, LGBT or LGBTQ advocacy. Those are all things that you would put in this right here. And then your interests and passions might be things like, I love making videos, playing the guitar, doing sports, making or playing video games. Those things would go here. And then your ideas would be, well, if I really enjoy doing these things and I really care about these things, what's a business that I could do? How can I match it up? So if I really enjoy making videos and maybe I enjoy videos and I really care about helping the homeless, maybe an idea would be I could interview homeless people and make short documentaries on them and share them with people via social media so that people really understand that homeless people are people too, and we walk by them every day, and there's actually something you could do to help. So that's an example. So that's the first thing that I would like you to do. So once this is filled out, and again, this is filled out with the ideas for your WIT enterprise, I want you to then think about solving a problem. So these are all ideas, and ideas are great, but the most successful businesses are businesses that are built on solving a problem. So looking at these ideas that you have, what problem are you trying to solve? And try to be as specific as possible. So what you're going to do here is you're going to get a piece of paper or type it up, and you're just going to write down the ideas around the problems that you are trying to solve. Some of you may remember from the 11 tips for doing WIT, KISS, K-I-S-S, keep it super simple. So although you might be thinking really large scale, keep it super simple and think local. And the problem that you're trying to solve, which is really based on kind of who you are as a brand, and the ideas that you have around this, all of this is really aligns with one of the tips called living in alignment. So again, the most successful businesses are ones where the person, who that person is as a brand, is represented in the company that they build, the values that they have, the mission um, around it, the mission and the vision, and whatever it is that they're trying to create. So the second part of your activity is to list out the problems that you're trying to solve, and it's based off of these ideas, and you're going to keep it super simple. And if you're kind of thinking like, well, I don't know, I just want to help homeless and I want to make videos about it. Well, think about, and you can do some research on the different groups that are already addressing issues around homelessness, and where's the gap? What's not being done? That's where you could find yourself. When you're done making the Venn diagram and you started to write down a few problems you could solve, make sure you upload that onto our Schoology site under today's date, October 3rd class. The next is you're going to spend about 25-30 minutes creating or revising your logo. So let me tell you a little bit about what that means. So you spend time either for homework and or classwork thinking about who you are, who you want to be as a person, who people perceive you to be. So review this. Review the homework assignments that you did, that classwork worksheet, the empathy sheet. Think about what you've learned thus far. And then if you have not created a logo yet, create your logo. Go ahead and do this. If you have created your logo, look at your logo and think about what can you refine. So many of you created a logo that had several images within one image. And I think it was really about showing the world all the things that interest you or kind of who you are. In terms of refining it, what would just one image be? If you could only have just one image, what would that be and how would that communicate those same things about who you are and who you want to be? And think about some of the logos that are out there. You could even do some research. So Nike has the swoosh. Even though Nike has things for runners, weightlifters, athletes, dancers, I mean, they serve a lot of people. You don't see all of that in their logo. You just see the swoosh. That's it. So if you've already made your logo, think about refining it. Go back to it. You can draw over it. You can draw it again, and really press yourself to think about, I'm communicating what? And with Nike, I'm just going back to Nike because it's on the top of my head. They're communicating what? They're communicating just do it. Just go out and do it. And there's a lot of layers within that. So you are either creating or you're revising a logo. And in terms of the amount of time you want to spend, just 25-30 minutes. Some of you might be thinking, that's not enough time. Oh my gosh. Some of you might be thinking, that is so much time. What am I going to do with the extra time? Just do your best. And if you have extra time, revise your logo again. I'm going back to the Nike swoosh, I know, it's on the top of my head. Think about how many times they had to refine or iterate that logo to get it to be where it is. And that's for a lot of people. They draw it, they redo it, they think about them, they think about the message that they're communicating, the people that they're trying to reach, and they keep sketching and resketching different logos. Some might be building off of an original logo, some might be completely different. So have some fun, get out some markers, some pencils, go onto the computer, and use this time. It's okay if you don't finish. It's totally okay if at the end you're like, I am not satisfied. That's okay. This is just an exercise. make sure that you upload this logo onto the Schoology site, today's date, October 3rd, so that people can give you feedback. And that's going to be about 10-15 minutes worth of feedback. So your classmates will see what you've uploaded and they're going to give feedback. And you want to give a couple pieces of feedback. First one being, I like. So what is it about the logo that you like? And the second piece being, I wish. You know, I wish blank. What do you wish in terms of the logo? Is it maybe something to do with the color? Do you wish you could, maybe there's something that's missing? What do you wish? So it's the I like, I wish, and you want to do at least 3. You want to give feedback to at least 3 of your classmates. Remember, you have 10 to 15 minutes, so you may be able to do more than just 3. And if you have the time, do it. So I apologize for the length of this one. It was definitely a little longer than I had anticipated, but I really wanted to make sure you got the information that you would need. And now I'm going to move on to the last video, the 4th video, which is about homework, and that'll be short and sweet.